Can you hear me, Pastor? Can you, can you hear me? Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Yeah.
you.
Hear me. Okay, cool. I'm trying to get to the right camera. I don't think it's showing the right camera. Ay, ay, ay. Let's see. I don't like this camera, but uh, would you please back? Can you hear me? It's going.
You're going in and out a lot, and now your camera is stuck.
Okay, let me just turn my camera off. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can't hear you clearly at all, Coach.
Okay, okay, let me switch cameras. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Okay. Is it clear? Clearer?
much better. Yeah,
Yes.
clear.
Okay, it went to I'm working on it's going with the camera from the computer. Um, you asked, was I going to have a stop loss? And
Yes.
my answer was, I'm going to be using, not sure if that shows anything. I'm going to be trading, that's showing nothing. The plan is for me to do, now that's a real weird angle. Okay, let me adjust this. There we go. Better. Um, I'll be using the PDT hack and I'll be employing the same things we've been talking about over the last several days, are about 3x, and using the PDT hack. So being a lot more um, mindful of our reversals and how that affects how the reversals are affecting our money. So I be a lot tighter on on our stop losses.
Got it.
Yep.
And is there like one strategy, main strategy you're looking at, like orb or SPX, or it's just going to be day by day what comes best?
I really want to do I like the two I really like are y'all know I do like the orb because it is so visual, and I like uh the revert how the reversals work for us. Good thing is when we start the copy trading, um I won't be at the university because we're finished, we're done with school that week of the 8th through the whatever that is of December. That's my last week of school. So once we start the copy trading, I won't be teaching. I'll be off for Christmas break for, our fall semester will be over. So I'll be able to, watch a lot closer. My plan really is to take my initial plan is to take one trade a day. And if a second trade presents itself nicely, then I'll take a second one. But I'm really shooting for one trade a day. That where we can capture about $50, maybe $50 to $70 in profits. But my primary objective for the copy trading above all else is going to be consistent gains. It's not going to be big gains. It's going to be consistent gains. Because I'd rather us have $40 of consistency versus 80 or 90 of every now and then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's my objective, is I want to make sure that I'm providing consistency. If that's $40 a day, that's what we'll have. If it's one trade at $40 or $50 or whatever, that's what I'm really shooting for. And again, one trade, two if another one, which we generally get at least two trades a day. Two trades a day is not hard for us. Really, it's not difficult for us. That's the plan.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm gonna try to. That's my not even gonna try. It's no try. Do or don't do. No try. That's what we're doing. Mm-hmm. $100 a month, I think, is uh I feel like it's a great deal for that. Personally, if I was somebody, there's some people that, who trade, if they were offering something like that, I would pay $100 a month to copy. There's a few people because $100, especially because I mean, honestly, for what we do, literally one day of trading for what we do, $100 to we can make $100 a day on what we do without a lot of work, without a lot of work. Um, so I think $100 a month is a great deal. To make that $100 in a day, even 2 days, and have the rest of those days as profits, and all you need to do is connect the broker. You don't even have to do any work and get lower fees. And if you want to use a broker, this is the other piece. Tradier's broker, we're gonna get everybody's getting the Pro Plus plan for free, which means your fees are going to be 10 cent. Right now we pay, if you on Thinkorswim, you pay 50 cent or 65, depending on whether you've asked for the reduction. But you're going to automatically save 40 cent per contract by just going to this. You're going to save 40 cent per contract automatically, right off the bat in fees. 10 cent, and that's 10 cent on the equities. If you do something like Amazon and those non-equities, those are free. With the Pro Plus plan, all those trades are free. You don't even pay any, you don't pay any fees. The Pro Plus plan makes all those free. So if you are going to copy trade with $1,000, let's say, and you use some of that other money for whatever other trade you want to use, you can, all the fees over there are free. So that would save you right over there. And we're going to pay $5 for the PDT hack. But I mean, if any other trading you do in there, you're going to pay, again, a big reduction on fees. The 10 cent is for SPX, XSP, I think SPY triple Q, some of those, but all the other just regular stocks are free. That's a benefit there, and we're going to have that free. I haven't gotten a notice from them yet as to how long they're giving us that for free. I know it'll be at least 6 months. So that's a bonus. Yep, that's a bonus. Y'all got any more questions about the copy trading before we go into?
Hi, Alyssa, it's Deborah.
Okay, how you doing?
How are you today?
Good.
Good. And hello, everybody else. Uh, sorry the way I say that that didn't really come out right. I pray everybody's doing well. I just wanted to know, I was looking at the okay, well, basically it says the first 50 people,
Mm-hmm.
uh, so get it for $100.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because it seemed like a lot of people going to uh probably apply for it. So I was just asking if that was like, wanting to know if that was like set in stone, the first 50 people.
They want people to go ahead and get what they gonna get, basically. You don't want people just dragging their feet like, we're gonna all wait till December, to January 30th.
Okay, and I think it was something else. Now I forgot. But okay.
Yeah. How you been? I haven't heard your voice in a while.
Yeah, I know. I've been well. I'm doing well. I actually did retire October the 1st,
Okay.
and I have a new grandson. So,
Oh,
it's
congratulations.
just thank you. Um, a lot of stuff that I had to change up on. And
Hmm.
over the summer, I had my granddaughters with me, so I haven't, like really been, trading a whole lot,
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
But no,
Okay.
God is good, so I can't complain.
Amen. Amen. He sure is. That's the
All right,
truth.
thank you.
Uh-huh. You're welcome.
Oh, Deborah, congratulations on
Yeah.
that.
Thank you, Janae.
Did you hear the unfortunate news?
Yes, I seen it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know I
I,
know I
yeah,
know you had that competitive spirit with the rat race with him. So
I know, I know. When I seen it, it was devastating.
yeah.
Hmm. Yeah,
So that
absolutely.
was really sad to see that part because I know, like I said, I know Jamie's the one that had the little icon that led me to E2T, and then with the rat race thing and our little competition,
Mm,
he's missed.
Yeah,
right,
this is true.
right, right.
I've asked, now that you re brought it up, I've asked, I think the girl's name was Colette. I've asked her, like, what are the updates? Like, what is there any more information about, like, anything with his home going, or what are y'all doing? Like, what's the deal? And she said there's basically no updates. They're trying to figure. I really thought, and I said, I feel like Jamie would have had this thing kind of like all mapped out. And then she said it wasn't as mapped out as they thought it would be. So, she was told me she was gonna keep me up to date with what when she had more information, she'd pass it on. And there was no information to pass on as of the other day. So she's been talking to me back and forth. Um, but okay, wait, she sent me something. Oh, oh my goodness, comedian. She sent me some stuff yesterday. She sent me some stuff. So I have to send it. Oh man, I got some stuff now. I was just talking about how she hadn't sent nothing, and there is some stuff. So okay, so there is some stuff that's here. I'll make sure I passed all the word to everybody. Comedian. He definitely was that child. So I'm gonna pass all this information on to us so that way we could that we can make sure that it all goes to the folks so that everybody who wants to say and do something can have everything that they want to say and have. Okay, so I'll make sure that I just put it into the Telegram. So there is something there now. Hmm.
This is the first time I've ever seen Jamie. I've only had the avatar.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
that's true. Hmm.
uh,
Wow.
oh, it's in the.
Yeah. It's in the chat.
Hmm.
Right now.
Oh wow.
Yep, there he is. That's a good picture of him. I don't know if he was looking like
Yeah.
that right
I'm
there.
happy.
Good, cool, cool. And there's a little more information. I'll forward it after we're done
Oh,
here.
the
No,
26.
yeah,
Okay.
thank you for sharing that because all I had was a voice.
Yeah,
So,
that's right.
oh, all
Right.
right.
Right. And the avatar moving side to side.
Yeah, yeah, with the head that was moving side to side. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's exactly what we had.
Mm-mm.
That's exactly what we had.
Wow.
Okay,
Hmm.
December the 6th. Okay.
So we do
You think
have
they might be
something.
doing it online? where people could
I can
like
send a
maybe tap
message to
in?
her. I can send a message to her and ask her if they
Oh
would have anything
wow.
that's going to be online, and
Yeah, yeah, because yeah, especially during COVID, that became a
it
thing.
became a thing, didn't it?
So,
Yep.
yeah, I'm glad you guys said that, but I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's
Yep, it became a thing. So
wow.
yep, that could very well be sending it to all the places. So anybody who you can pass, and I sent
Then,
the stuff to Bim the last time, but you can send it to her, Janae.
okay, I will do.
So
Thank
that
you.
way we're both not sending her the same stuff.
No problem. Thanks for that. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, well, that's all I had. Then thank you.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome. Okay. So I think I'm sharing my screen. Rajiv, were you not on the YouTube? I guess you weren't because you was asking questions in here while we were all on YouTube. Every Sunday we're on YouTube at 5 o'clock. Okay. So,
Oh, I mean 5 in the evening? I didn't
yeah,
know
5 o'clock in
that.
the evening every Sunday I'm on YouTube and I talk about the week that's coming up and all kind of things. And I went through this, I went through today, I went through all the stuff that has to do with a bunch of stuff that has to do with the copy trading. I talked and answered a bunch of questions about it. I will have another Zoom to talk about it some more. And I want to add those questions.
Uh,
Julie, let's see, what were those two questions you asked me, Julie?
I asked about stop loss and which strategy you would be doing.
Stop loss and let's see if there was another question you had asked about too. It'll come back to me maybe.
YouTube, do I get a link to view that
Yes,
when you're
the
talking?
same YouTube. Do you ever get on in the morning at 8:30 when I do YouTube?
I have done a couple of them.
It's the same link.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
YouTube.com/educated. The one I give every morning when I'm on YouTube, that's the same link.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, same
Got it.
place.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay, so this is SPX from last week, where this is the weekly chart. We can clearly see that SPX has turned around. Okay, it did bump down into we had some gaps that were down here. I feel like there's a little bitty one that's still down here now, but I think it's on the daily chart. SPX went down to as low as low. 65.21 was the low of where SPX has gone to 65.21. It went down and got that gap that was at 65.50, 52. We talked about that last week. It went and got the rest of that gap. That was the bottom of this candle from the week of October 13th. It went and got that gap and went a little further. It did leave a little gap down here at 65.13. It's still marked on my chart. It'll show up on the daily chart here. But if we're looking at the weekly chart, we do see that inside on the week, SPX was inside on the week last week, and then it broke out to the downside on the weekly partway through the week. It was inside week last week and then before last, and then it broke to the downside. And it's still it was a two down last week. It's not a failed two down, it's just two down. No, this is not green. This is a red candle with a red number. So this is definitely a sale setup. Going back down, it did hit some reversal and pull back up some, but it is at this point, we don't see the reversal just yet. It fell down into this is that a 4-hour fair value gap? Yep, the 4-hour fair value gap fell right down to that and reverse 64. No, it didn't go as low as that. 64.37, that's still down there. That's the weekly. Let's go to the daily chart. And I feel like that gap down here is closed. There was a gap down here from 65.38 to 65.55. It got closed with Friday's price action. Friday dipped low enough, dipped down. Notice I have the the 100 and 200 period moving average, they're actually right here together, but price went down to those, which I think when we were on the call Friday, we talked about how the price was down at those two moving averages and it rejected off of there and went on back up and closed. Actually, it closed up here at 66.03, but it rejected off of the moving averages at 65.29. I can take these gaps off the chart, but there is a gap down here at 65.13 from 65.13 to 65.15. That gap is still here. And that gap comes from September the 9th, from between the 9th and the 10th. That gap is still here.
You said 65.13.
Yep, from 13 to 15, somewhere in that area. It comes from September the 9th and the 10th.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What's below that? Might as well look. What's below?
As far as gaps go,
Yeah. Hello. We
um,
wasn't looking for 65 when this happened.
now that ain't that the truth. And there is one. Now that you asking, look at or asking as they say on September the 5th. September the 5th at 64.81. There's a gap from September the 5th. If you got your chart open, September the 5th, there is a gap here. Let's go here. I'm on the daily chart, by the way. September the 5th at the bottom of this candle. Come on, work with me. September the 5th going up to, looks like 64.83, from 64.81 to 64.83 is also a gap. From 81 to 83 and some change. September the 5th. I always explain this. Why do we mark these gaps? When price gets down here, if it starts going and going and you're like, where is she going? Tanya always says that. Where is it going? It could be going after a gap that was left behind. These are volume imbalances. A gap, these types of gaps are volume imbalances. In SPX, it might not get it immediately, but it'll come back for these gaps sooner or later.
That 64.81.52 was actually the close for September 5th. So, okay.
There's another chinchy winchy one down here at 64.15 on September the 2nd. There's also one.
Yep,
It's
because it
really
closed at
small.
64.15.54. All right, not bad, not bad. All
Yep,
right.
there's one right there. It's little, but there is one there.
It was much. Okay, so 64.
Yep, there is another one there on September the 2nd. Even if you're not marking your charts right now, mark down the dates so that way you'll know where to go look, okay? Between September the 2nd and September the 3rd, there's also a little bitty, there's that wick. There's a little bit, the wick didn't come all the way down to fill it. It goes between 64.15 and 64.16. Okay, let me scroll down a bit more, make sure there's nothing else down here. Okay, this 6,400. It felt like it was a long way away before, but at this point, not so much.
Yes.
And there's another one here, August, back if we're at August
That's
21st.
Jackson Hole. Yep, I'm looking right there, yo.
Yeah,
Exactly.
between the close of August
Yep.
21st and the
21st.
open of
Yep.
August 22nd, there's another one.
Yeah, that was Jackson Hole that Friday. So 64.08 was, well, wait. You said
63.70 to
6070 was the close.
63.84.
6070.17. Yep, was the close. And that
Okay.
was unemployment and PMI that Thursday. But that Friday, boy, I think I made money that day. Let's
So
look.
those are some more gaps that are below us, that are below current price that
I heard somebody say 62.85 for end of year.
Okay, end of year.
And I'm
That's
not
another one.
you know, so we're gonna still hear more people rattle off only because we're dipping down. I mean, you know, a week ago we or whatever before Nvidia, we was trying to get 68 plus, right?
Mm-hmm.
6800 plus, and then
Mm-hmm.
it just whipsawed, and the world fell.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Nvidia earnings was supposed to lift all the boats. It
well,
didn't do all
after
that
the
lifting.
shutdown, everything we thought was supposed to, rise, but the repercussions is real. And they're saying that this AI bubble is, popping. So, you know. But the other part, and that's why external news is real to pay attention to. Um, it's end of year, and major companies, aren't backing off of their reduction in force. It's not like we hearing them say, whoever said 14K, they not saying 10K now. You know what I'm saying? They still holding to that. So that's also weighing in.
Yeah, there's gaps down here.
Yeah, I know.
Yep, there's gaps down here.
August 2nd.
Yep, August 1st to 2nd is one.
Yep, August 22nd was my best day. I made that quick. Big money. All right. Yes, we like August 22nd.
Okay, so when I mark all of these, there's a few down here. Again, remember the gaps are from the close of one day to the open of the next. That's how we mark gaps. That one's just now not marked right anymore. Close of one day to the open of the next. That's how we mark gaps. Okay, close of one day to the open of the next. That's how we mark gaps. Close of one day to the open of the next. Okay, so that is the daily chart. Let me go here. The gaps that are closed here can be deleted. Can be deleted. Oh yeah, you asked, was I gonna use, that's what your question was, Julie, was I gonna use the orb or the reversals or yada yada?
Yeah, I was asking you which
Mm-hmm.
strategy would you be considering, or is just, what's best for the day?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So where we are now on the daily chart, again, we've got now SPX did have a failed two down on Friday. Now, a failed two down, we know is a bullish sentiment. It bounced off of the 100 and 200 period moving average, right? It bounced off of there on Friday, which could give, that's a bullish move, but that three was Thursday, so it's got had a big mother candle, right? It can go back up to this fair value gap that needs to be filled. It bounced off of that on Friday, but it can go up here and refill that imbalance that it left up to 66.95, so it can go and bounce off of the 6,700 psychological number, right? So what it stands to do tomorrow, we'll see. Okay. We probably are going to have lower volume this week just because it is Thanksgiving week, but we've also seen it where we were supposed to have low volume and the price ran and ran. Remember, it's Veterans Day, supposed to be low volume and it just kept on moving. So low volume now don't necessarily mean it won't move. So we, as usual, trade what we see.
Well, let me add to that. It's not so much that it won't move. Low volume. I mean, days like that, it's not so much. Well, yes, it's a volume thing, but to counter it. So if the trend, what I'm trying to get at is if the trend is saying up, then, and this is not absolute, people, but if the trend is up, then it's likely to stay up. Why? Because the lack of volume to counter it, to bring it down, is not as much.
Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. But there is another piece to low volume is that it really could take one trade. It can take one thing to counter it, and then that would could cause a big whipsaw because there's not a lot to counter it. So when something does counter it, it could be a hard swing. So
Hence the
that's why you
direction,
gotta,
right? That's what
yeah,
I mean.
trade what you see.
Yes, hence
Definitely
the
gotta trade
direction.
what you see.
Yep. Hmm.
Definitely trade what you see. Okay, I was gonna go do my weekly high and weekly lows. So let me go do that because I usually do that each week. So our weekly high, where's my clone? There we go. Clone. Weekly high was here, weekly high. And my weekly low, it was low. The weekly low was down here. Weekly low was 65.21, I believe was the weekly low. No, yep, 65.21 was the weekly low. Oh, weekly open. Let me get the weekly close first. Clone. Weekly close was 66.02. Where's my weekly open? There's an open. I just cloning these. Weekly open was 67.13. Okay. Okay. Let's go to IWM. We're on the weekly chart. The weekly on IWM looked like kind of doji-ish, doesn't it? It's got some wicks. It's actually got a pretty big wick. The open, close, high and low.
Can we talk more about these longer wicks?
Sure, what you want to say?
You
What do
know,
you want to say?
just to confirm what it means.
Well, these log wicks just basically talks about, it's the sellers push it down and the buyers say not so much and they push it right back up. This is a doji. We just, again, it's not where it goes. This is where it closes. But the sellers push it down and the buyers step right back in. The buyers push it up. The sellers push it right back in, which means the buyers and the sellers are agreeing on the price right here in the middle. The open and the close here. 236.46 is the open. 235.60. So this open and close is like within $1. It's red. I mean, it was a downwards week, but it's within $1. The price is literally within $1, the open and the close. Now, whether that's being manipulated or not for the week, probably is a yes, because in a whole week worth of price action, how did we open and close within $1? That is the question. How, oh, how did we open and close within 1 week? I mean, within $1 in the whole week? How did we do that?
But look at the range.
Yes,
It went
range.
230, what, 238?
Yeah, the high was 239 and the low was 228. So 11 points it went up and down.
Back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And that literally was the action of the market.
Yeah. And this is small caps. This is the little babies.
Right.
This the little
Well,
babies.
babies do what their parents do.
That is true. Babies do what they parents
SPX will
do.
go up and in V shape come back down. We're like, are you really about to go back down? Like, wow.
Yeah, like Friday. Oh my goodness. I was so frustrated with myself on Friday. Oh, I was just like, are you serious right now?
And I can't tell you to not trade if I wasn't
Yes, you can.
trade too. Nope.
Ah,
That's my point. I'm like, wait up. How I get here again?
how we here? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? When the day was over, I was like, what are we doing?
I was like,
What did we do? What did we
where's
do?
the chair? Where's the chair? I was just done. I was just done.
Yeah, I should have been gone. When I said I was gone, I should have been gone. Um, But yeah, here we are. We live to trade another day. We smack ourselves around and then we keep it pushing. So we got some support down here. Let me put us a support line here. Nice little support. Nope, I don't want regular. I want a solid line. So this is, nope, not you. You. Support, resistance, and gaps. Daily support. Support, resistance, and gaps is what we, at the bare minimum, that's what we chart, okay? Everybody, bare minimum, we chart daily support, resistance, bare minimum, that's what we chart. Bare minimum. If you can chart lots of other things, we got fair value gaps are here because those are part of an indicator. But what your bare minimum, we're charting support, resistance, and gaps. Okay. If you need to do it every day, this is a part of what we do. Okay. Don't get lazy in that, because what happens is, in the moment when we're in the trading moment and the price is going bananas and ballistic and we're wondering where it's going and we're getting all our emotions are getting crazy and getting all worked up, that is not the time to be trying to figure out support and resistance, because generally we're on the 15-minute chart or the 5-minute or whatever minute chart you're on. You need to have your chart already marked up. So when I say something like it's approaching the gap, or there's resistance at blankety blank, or there's support at whatever, when I'm saying those things, you're able to look at your chart and confirm. Or you're able to look at your chart, whether I say anything or not, you're able to look at your chart and say, I see it approaching support. I see it approaching a gap. You're not waiting for somebody to say this, but you can see for yourself these things. All right. Y'all know I'm here to equip the saints. I'm here to equip the traders. When we're looking, we're already looking on their own. So if nobody says anything, you're not necessarily in a vacuum, but you're looking too at your, when I say trade what you see, what are you seeing? Right? And I'm not trying to say that so I can force you to stand on your own before you're ready, but nothing will force you to learn what's going on quicker than when your money is on the line. When your money gets on the line, you'll get real interested in what's happening, because you're like, well, this is my money now. Like, you'll get real interested. Let me see what's going on, right? That's why I want us to be sure that we're charting these things, and every day we're training ourselves to look for what's happening on these charts on our own, okay? We're here to train and teach. All right? IWM. I had a trade for IWM on Thursday, all ready for us to go on Friday, but I told y'all I was getting ready for that meeting with Peakbot, and then that guy was in the Zoom room too fast. I was like ready to put my trade in. He was like, "Hi, let's sell." I was like, "Oh, I wasn't expecting you to be here yet. I was trying to be early so I could still put our trade in." So we didn't get a 1 DTE. And then I didn't do one Friday because of this. Raj Kumari asked me about it, but because this was an inside day on Friday. You don't trade. Remember, our one candle is a do nothing candle. Y'all remember we learned the strat. The one candle is the do nothing candle. You see which way we're going to go. It's of course closer to the upside, so it may keep going, but one candle you don't know. You don't make a move until you see what it does. So we didn't trade a 1 DTE here. And I didn't trade SPX, even though I believe SPX is probably going to go up again. I didn't trade. Or did I put a one? I might have given us a 1 DTE on SPX. I feel like I did. I feel like I gave us, yeah, I did. SPX, we got a 1 DTE based on that failed 2 down. And then I wrote here, IWM is inside on the day, so it's not good for an overnight trade. Okay. Tell me what questions we have. Tell me what questions we have, and what strategy. Did we have a trade this week that we need to recap and rehash, or did we have a question from a trade this week that we need to look at? Did we have an opening range breakout or a reversal or something that we need to look at? Y'all looking at football and not listening to me?
Last week, the opening range breakout did not do anything much after it went up, and it just went sideways.
Which
That's
day?
all. Friday?
Friday? On SPX, right?
Yes.
Were you on do you do the 15-minute or the 30-minute?
I think it
Which
must
time
be
frame do you use for your breakout?
15 minutes.
15, okay.
Yes.
Let's look at that. 15-minute on Friday. So what we did on Friday, the breakout, okay, this is the 15-minute chart. Yep. So at first, I'm starting right here. Boop, boop, give me my pencil. Okay, I'm starting right here. This is the beginning of, not that candle, this candle, okay? That candle. Oh, where's the pencil? I've almost got it. There we go. Okay, so first several candles, all of these stayed inside. Now these few, these few broke out to the downside, but they didn't kind of confirm they were out, but these little bitty doji candles right here are not confirming that they were out of the breakout. This the dotted line is the opening range because I marked it. Okay, so it went out a little bit, but it kept coming back inside the opening range. So when it came back in, really what needed to be traded, which I believe is what we did trade, was this breakout. We traded the opening range breakout to the upside. And I believe we started, our entry was down here when we did the reversal. Isn't that what we did on Friday? Didn't we trade the put credit spread going back up? I think that was our Friday trade. Let me look at my notes.
So that would have been good.
Yep, we did. 64, 64, 65, 20, 25 put credit spread. 65, 20, 25 put credit spread. That's what we did on Friday. Yep. We really traded this as a reversal more so than the opening range breakout because the opening range really didn't break out very well to the downside. Is that what you're saying, Rajiv?
Yeah, means it did not go all the way, sort of. I thought.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So then once we broke to now there's some people, and I've mentioned it before, some people who trade what's called the second break. So they don't trade the first time it breaks out of the opening range, they don't trade that. So this would be, let me erase it so you can see what I mean when I say second break. Some people would call all of this, they would call all of this the first break of the first opening range breakout because it broke out the first time. Some people don't trade the first break. They trade the second break. This would be the second, and they would trade this breakout going up. They don't trade the first one. They wait and trade the second one. That to me is a better move, but it takes more patience. Takes more patience to do that. And some people, you gotta have a low level a little more level. But this is about the time we traded because this says 11:30. So this is about the time I think we entered it based on this right here. But this is the time we got in that trade about 11 something on Friday. We got in based on this.
So talk to me, Coach. Why did you get out the trade?
I didn't get out of that trade. Well, I closed it
That's
because
what I'm saying.
we closed it with PDT hack. We closed that trade with
It was a trade you closed and then you got right back in it.
not that one.
Okay,
That was the
that's the one I'm talking.
66.35. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's the
No.
one I'm talking about.
That was the call credit spread trade that I should not have gotten back into. Yeah.
Because you should not have gotten out.
Well, yes, true. But the reason, okay, let me finish this, and I'll come back to that
Okay.
because you're right. But okay, so we traded this opening range breakout was that trade 65, 20, 25 going up, and we got out of this one with as a PDT hack. That's true. That one went up. We got out of that one. PDT hack profits. No problem, no problem. I also had, which I got in early, I had 66.35.40. So 66.35.40. I got in that one real early. 66.35.40 is here. This is right up here, okay? But I got in that trade. I entered that trade like here. So we were nowhere near those strikes when I entered that trade. Well, price climbed, got up here and hovered, and then broke through. Once it broke through, I exited because according to our trading plan, when that short strike is breached, we supposed to go.
What time did you get in?
I got into that trade in the morning because I alerted that trade early and was like, I'm not giving this as an alert. Let me see where I wrote it because I wrote it in there
got in
going.
that trade at
I
11:36.
said, this not an alert, but I'm in this. I think I said something like, I'm in this trade. Yep, at 10:30. I said, I'm in this wide iron condor. It was 10:30. So I got in this trade here where this star is. Okay. So, and then it got breached here. When we saw this reversal, no, that ain't where I got back in it. No, not up there, because no, I didn't get back in. I think I got out of it over here and then got back in it over here, and then it got breached and I exited again, something like that.
Oh, you got out of twice?
Janae.
Sorry. I'm sorry, my bad. No, I was like, what?
Okay, did.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, did. Yes, got out twice, lost twice on the trade, got out twice. And then, of course, it did this. Then, after you got out twice, it did this. It did that drop over here to the right.
Right there. Right.
It did this drop over here by then. It's like, what in the whole world are you doing? But yes, I did. And by then was doing put credit spreads and fighting for your life because,
I
yeah.
almost did 65.85.
Yep.
Almost did it, and it went right to 65.85. And I said, maybe that's just it. I know how to call a strike, but that was crazy. I guess, and I'm still holding to this or be holding to it. If you have time left in the day, despite a breach, like 3+ hours, I just hold. I'm not saying you hold forever and ever. I'm not jumping just because it went. Now, if it stayed all the way up, I mean, yes, I get it. Everybody's temperament is different, but the time factor is also a thing. November has been interesting with the way it whipsaws. It's not even boom, boom, boom straight right away and then come down. But the fact that it's coming down to some of these levels that we didn't think it was going. Who saw it coming back down to the beginning of the day? I was like, are you kidding me? November has been doing that.
The most.
on a Friday,
Yep.
I have to factor
Well,
that
you know
in.
what though? I was thinking, my thoughts were that it was Friday on OPEX day, that it was probably going to run up some because people were resetting positions.
Fair.
But it did not, obviously. It did come
Not
back to
all.
VWAP.
It did go up. It just didn't go all the way up.
Yep. Yeah. I was thinking it did come back to VWAP, which is something it does too. So there's all
Was
of
it
that.
a good day for doing iron condor?
It needs to be, you asked, was it a good day?
Hmm.
Or you
Yeah.
said, was it, or what is?
No, was it a good day to do
Was it a
iron
good
condor?
day?
Yeah.
Yeah. To be honest, my opinion, every day is a good day for an iron condor. And
Okay.
I'll tell you what makes me say that. As long as an iron condor is good every day, the biggest thing you got to worry about is your timing. Okay. So your timing, you can do an iron condor every single day as long as you are mindful of your timing. Here we go with why I say this. This day, price dropped down here and came back up. Here you go over here, PCS. This is your put credit spread time. Price runs up, runs up, runs up. You need to get a good reversal. Now, depending on how long you want to wait, how much of a reversal you want to get, I would wait as long as you possibly could. This pulled back just a little bit and then went back up again. If you could wait till here, if you can wait till up here and do your call credit spread, there you go, iron condor. Even if you had done your call credit spread here, depending on how high you went up, you still would have been fine because this pulled back. You would have got, they would have been a little nervous because this price went up above it. You know, you might have had a little tightness, but a call credit spread above this rejection area, still put credit spread, call credit spread. It's a good day for an iron condor. Yep. To me, again, my opinion, every single day, because honestly, almost every day we trade, we do an iron condor almost every day because it lends itself to an iron condor. The biggest thing we have to be mindful of is the timing of your iron condor, the timing of it. Let's look at Thursday. This is Thursday. Price goes up. This was the day after Nvidia had earnings. Okay, the day after Nvidia has earnings. Price opened up, it went up, it couldn't go very far. It started to die. Call credit spread up here. Price died on the vine all day, all day, all day. Finally, at the end of the day, you're at the end of the day. If you could just wait till we got to the bottom, you could finally do a put credit spread at the end. Now, you'd have to wait and then get way below it at the end because it dropped so bad all day. You would have just had to wait, but you could do a put credit spread down there. Okay, let's go to Wednesday. Wednesday, price didn't do much of nothing all day. You had a pop at the beginning, call credit spread up here. You had some pullback, put credit spread under here. That's Wednesday. Go back to Tuesday. Same thing. Price popped a little bit, dropped. As soon as you get this good reversal, put credit spread. Price climbs up a little bit, call credit spread. Go back to Monday. Monday, price goes up a bit, shows some reversal signs. Do you a call credit spread as price falls off the vine? When it shows a little bit of a reversal, do a put credit spread underneath here. Every single day. You literally could do one every single day. Here we go. Last Friday, price drops down. It goes as low as it's going to go. Put credit spread down here. Price rise, rise, rise. After it shows you some good rejection and reversal, do you a call credit spread right into the close. It's just the timing of it. And most of what we have our problem with, when I say we, I'm talking about me too, is waiting for good signs to make sure we can get the opposite side. The later in the day, using the morning time, we're going to get one of those sides. Whether it went up and returned or went down and returned, that's going to be our one side. Now you got to wait further in the day, 2, 3 o'clock. That's when you're going to see the rejection of the other side and you get your other side later in the day. Every day, SPX is going to give you, in my opinion, it's going to give you both sides every day. You got to see how much money you want to get. If you're trying to get $100 on each side, you might not get that. If you're fine with $30 or $40, $50 on the side, $70 maybe one of those, 30 or 40 on the other, SPX is going to give that to you every single day. But if you're trying to get 100, you might not get that every day. But, the 11th pop, drop comes down to a good rejection, put credit spread, it runs back up, wait, call credit spread every single day. Every single day.
So after you make your profit on one side, you have to close that trade and
You
go to the
should. I
okay.
would, because why worry about it the rest of the day? Go
Mhm.
ahead, go ahead and get your, like, if you're gonna do this, now this would be a scary one here, because this is a day like the 10th. Okay, this goes up, makes its move. Here you're thinking I can call credit spread this because it's gonna drop back down, right? You're thinking I can call credit spread. This is probably, what are you doing? That this is probably all this is gonna do. You're thinking because this is now reversing, but this goes back up and runs right back through it. So this will be a risky one. But what you would do here, this is why the answer to your question, I'm just gonna go here. The camera's actually here, not there. When you get a call credit spread, when the price comes back down here, you need to lock this call credit spread. Why is that? Because price turns back on you and goes through it. So if you didn't have this call credit spread locked, you're going to lose that trade. When you see this reversal down here, this is an indication that you need to lock, for sure, need to lock this call credit spread. So you're locking this trade, this call credit spread, based on the chart, not just based on how much money you want, but based on what this chart says. Chart says, okay, we're reversing down here. This is a reversal. This is where you put on your put credit spread, because you now got a reversal. Put on your put credit spread, lock this call credit spread, and ride this second trade going up. You lock your trades based on the chart, not necessarily based on how much money you want. Maybe you got in up here and you got $75, right? Price goes down, down, down. Maybe by the time it gets to this reversal, you can lock in $40. You take your $40 and lock in with the PDT hack. Don't be sitting around waiting around, Arlissa. I'm talking to me, Jesus. I know. I hear you, Holy Spirit. Lock in your $40 with this chart and go on to the next trade. Okay, because the chart will tell you, is that Avery getting ready to come in? Lock in that trade so you can go on to the next thing without worrying about, is my strike going to get breached when this runs back through it?
Is there any range that we should look at for doing iron condor from high to low?
Not necessarily. It's really going to come down to your own, it's really going to come down to your own aggressiveness, I guess. We got some people in here, I won't call names, Janae, who want like $100 and won't try not to take less. There's other people who are fine with 65, 70, who are like, I'll take 65 or 70 and I'll lock in 35 or 40. Because it really is going to come down to it's the individual person. So not necessarily.
I see. Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yep, these are great questions you're asking, Rajiv. Just keep in mind, we'd rather have a consistent $40, $45 than a iffy 75, or than a breached 75. You'd rather have a consistent 40 than a breached 75.
Yeah, I
I
made
see.
40s last week, but this was a good example because Monday was not a good day for me. And I see now what I did looking at this. I did get in too early,
Mhm.
as opposed to really waiting till and I yeah, midday. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? The
yeah, yeah.
high ain't gonna happen. Yeah.
This is one of the reasons why I like the 30-minute chart too, because you see how that 30-minute chart really, if you're looking back at it, the 30-minute chart really makes things really clear. I mean, I think you can have both. I'm not saying you got to only do one thing, but if you're looking at that 30-minute chart, it's going to give you some good clarity. Like you can clearly see the reversals here. Now, of course, when you're watching it happen live, it don't look the same, but. But this is reason why I say Julie was asking earlier about, how many trades you're going to take, and am I going to use stop losses, and am I going to trade the orb or whatever. I can say that we can trade 1 or 2 trades a day and can pull 30 or 40, $50 off of SPX with not a whole lot of work. It's really going to come down to just tight risk management. I was talking to TJ. Y'all know I have a mentor. I was talking to TJ about this whole copy trading opportunity. And he was like, AP, you got what you're ready for this, first of all. That's what one of the things your mentor is supposed to do, is to encourage you in areas where you're like, what do you think about this? And he's like, you ready for this? You've been doing this a long time. But then he said, you got to keep your risk management tight. It's one thing when you personally can let something ride because you think it's going to be fine, but you can't ride like that when you got a boatload of people behind you. You can't do that. You have to have tighter risk management. So that's one of the things. I have to be sure that if I'm going down here and it looking like it's going to turn back, I've got to lock it, or we got to bail. So that's why we'll lock in a 25 or a 30 at times when we're inside of the copy trading. I'd rather us lock in 25 than lose 50,
So in the
and I'm
peak
having to
bottom,
tell myself that over and over and over too. We got to lock it up.
so
What
in
was
the
the
peak
question?
bottom, the risk management will be done by the system itself.
No, I am going to be the system. I'm the trader. There is no Peakbot is not doing anything. The system is that I'm going to trade, and the system is going to copy my trade. So there is no system.
I
I'm
see.
the system.
So you'll be managing all risk, everything.
I'm going to be the trader, and all the copy trading, it's going to literally copy my trades.
I see. Okay.
Yep. So I need to have tight risk management so that way nobody's, what we doing? What you what you do? Yeah. Anybody else got questions? I don't want y'all to miss the opportunity though. If you're interested in getting on, you got till December the 1st to think about it, of course. I don't want you to miss out though, and miss a good price, because the price is definitely going up. I am not in control of this. I am working with Peakbot. I'm partnering with them, but all of the customer service, all of the price management, all that stuff is managed by them. I am the lead trader. So as far as, can I get it for the cheaper price? Can you give me the link to get I don't have control over any of that. So if you let December 1st pass you by and you're past that $100 mark, you're just going to be at 150. Okay. So please don't drag your feet and then be later talking about, I forgot, or can I please, if you're going to get with the copy trading then go ahead and get what you're going to get. That way you don't have to worry about that. Okay. Because y'all already know we're going to make it do what it do. As
So you
best
have
we can. Huh?
So you have decided on the daily profit margin of something like 40 or 50, something like that?
My plan is to try to go with, I really want to make $50 per contract, and I'm going to trade most likely 1 to 2 trades at one contract a piece per day. So I won't use more than $1,000. My plan is to trade one trade or 2 trades and 1 contract per trade each day. So you should look to make $50 to $100 a day. That's what I'm shooting for. If we get more, then cool. If we get a little bit less, that's cool. But I'm trading my money, and the copy trade is copying those trades. So I'm not like trading everybody's money. I'm trading my money, and the copier will copy those trades.
So this IWM needs more collateral, or is it same
No,
as SPX?
same, just $3,000. I probably won't even, I'm thinking of whether or not I'm going to start with IWM at the beginning or just SPX. But the IWM is like we do right now, that we trade the one DTE, we put in the trade at the end of the day and it just goes overnight. So I don't know if I'm going to start with that or just start with SPX. I'm not sure. I'm looking up here at the camera and the camera's really right here. Sorry.
So
Keep
IWM
forgetting.
is also cash settled.
No, it is shares. That's why we're doing it overnight and we will close those. IWM has shares,
So how
but
is the risk managed for someone like me?
what do you mean?
Means if you get assigned, then what happens?
How you going to get assigned? We're going to close it.
I think it's every day you'll be closing it.
Yep. If we trade IWM, we'll trade it one day for the next day expiration, and the next day we'll close it. We won't let it go to expiration. We would close it.
I see.
Is that clear?
So IWM has it's like a stock.
It
It's not
is.
an index.
It is.
So it can be assigned anytime during the day also, right?
It cannot.
No.
I mean, it can, but those assignments don't usually happen until after the hours. On any stock, assignments don't usually happen till after hours.
I see.
That's when like the broker takes and says, okay, who's in the money? And whoever's in the money, then we'll assign. That almost always happens after hours.
I see.
Okay. So we'll trade one day. If I do IWM, I don't think it'll be something we start with. And this is the other piece. If you're copy trading, you get to choose whether to do SPX or IWM, both, neither. You can say, I don't want to do IWM, and you don't have to pick it. You're not automatically like, you get to choose. You can say, okay, I'm copy trading, but I only want to copy SPX. I don't want to copy IWM.
I see. So
And then you don't have to do it.
before you put the trade, I have to tell you that.
You put that in. You say you pick it. You pick IWM, and if I trade it, you trade it. If you don't pick IWM, then if I trade it, you don't trade it.
Okay.
Right? So,
Okay.
but the answer to your question is, if you have it selected and I trade it, I would trade one day for the next day expiration. And the next day, I would close that trade, whether we close it with a profit or we close it with a loss, we're going to close it. I'm not leaving it open until after expiration and then hope it goes well. No, I'm going to close those trades. If your trade is closed, you don't have to worry about it being assigned because it's not open.
I see. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions? Let me see. I see some questions in the comments. Fees for joining copy trades. So the fees are, there's a fee for joining PeakBot. PeakBot is the $100 a month. Let me put the link here so that way, HTTPS PeakBot. You can go look at the website and check all the data and stuff out. /educator2trader/ okay. The fees for our trades are 10 cents per contract, and the PDT hack charges us $5 with the Pro Plus plan they're giving us. I don't see my chart. Okay, you see my chart now. Never mind, I wasn't on the right screen, but I have it now. Okay. So that's those are the fees. And then if you can still use that Tradier platform, you're opening a new broker, but you can use that broker for other trades. You're not only using it for the copy trading, it's your broker to use for whatever you want to use it for. It's just if I'm trading, you're going to be copying there too, but you can use that broker for whatever else you want to use it for. You don't have to just use it for the stuff I'm using it for. It's still just your regular broker. And you can put more money than the 3,000. That's just the minimum. That's the minimum amount of money that it's asking for. Okay, Rajiv, go to that website and look around a bit and see what, see what if you got any other questions that jump up there. How many positions will I do each day? I'm planning on doing 1 to 2 trades per day, 1 contract per trade. Rajiv, what's your question?
Which website you are referring to?
I sent it into the chat.
I see. Okay.
Do you see it?
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go back over the in and out.
Mm-hmm. Which in and out? What are you talking about?
When you went in and out on Friday.
No.
Oh, okay. That's all right. We don't gotta go there. All right, that's cool.
We can. I did, and it was, oh man, I told you what happened. Oh la la. Oh,
Ooh, we could leave it alone. I hear it in your voice. It's all good.
it was because I was out by the time it reversed, by the time it made that reversal, I was input credit spreads. Like, what are you doing?
I
Yeah,
saw
by the
the
time.
text come on my screen or telegram that you got out, and
Yeah.
I'm just looking and I'm just like,
Yeah, it had don't reverse, but I was like, what are we doing? But oh,
man,
yeah,
and then you said I'm getting back in. I was like, what?
yeah, 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 yeah. Because the reversal looked like, first of all, I got out because it was challenging it up here. And then I got back in because of the reversal that it dropped back down and then it ran back up through it and was like, oh my goodness. And then it got right up here in the 66,
Gotcha. Yes,
50s and
it did
dropped.
drop to 50. Right. So yes, I
Yeah,
definitely am on the stoop with you because
I definitely
I
was out
was
up here.
I was my original trade, hey,
So we got out. We were sitting on the call when it ran up into here. This is when we got out the second time. We got out because it ran up. Was that first time? We got out second time. We got out. First of all, I got out here when it was challenging. It got out. Then we got back in because it pulled back. And then okay, so out here, it reversed, got back in. It ran right through here while we were sitting on the call. Ran right back through our strikes. So we got out again. And then I was like, I'm getting off the call. I'm out completely. And then after that, then I looked at put credit spreads thinking it was going to stay up, and then it reversed here, and I was like, oh, what in the world? So yeah, and I was frustrated. I was flustered by then. So I could have really just gotten something above here, but then it was
so
like,
that is so
yeah,
okay, so that's where I was gonna go, and that
yeah,
kind of gives some levity to your iron condor.
yeah,
Um, I was trying to get 75, some at least 70, 75, right? Because
yeah,
I think gap wise or whatever, there was something around 70, and I was like, okay, and if I get above there,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I literally it went. Of course, yes, to your point, I was looking for a dollar, and so it took a minute, and as it got there, what made me cancel is because I'm like, but it's gonna fall, or I'm thinking, and I said, then we're gonna be overstretched, and I didn't want to be so exposed. I had 3 contracts by then, and could I have done another one? Because at this point in November, I'm really trying to just get back to onesies, and it went. And I was like, man, that would have been sweet because I
Yeah,
was looking at that strike to hedge because clearly my 10-15 was just beat.
yeah, yeah.
But of course it came back down. And I'm like, you know what?
Yeah. By the
Either,
time I saw to go up here above here, the price had done dropped back down below, and I was like,
that's true.
it's too
It
late
didn't stay
now.
too long. And that's the
Yeah,
other thing. So yes,
yeah,
I had it cooking for a minute. And I was like, yeah, if it gets there, it gets there. That's what's up. But because I did see all the green gamma, I was like, could this
yes. That was the other thing for
could
me.
this
Saw all
be
that
the
green gamma.
day that it decides to run because it has been lagging lackluster
Yes,
for the last 2 days, and I'm like, oh
yes. And
no,
we're on OpEx. I was like, we're on OpEx.
right,
Perhaps it'll pick up and
right,
run up for the rest of the day.
all
And
of that, all of that, all of
yeah,
that.
yeah,
All of that. And I had a hard stop. Technically, I was going to get my hair done. I was like, I can't watch this thing. But
exactly.
um I did want 67, 80 or something like that. And I literally could have had it. I only bring that up because again, I had three contracts and technically all three literally expired worthless. But
Hmm.
I I'm at this point where I don't want to be so overexposed. And it's a
Yes,
Friday. So
that's
maybe if it
exactly.
wasn't a Friday, if it
Yeah,
wasn't OpEx, I would have been
yeah,
more I would have been more confident to just jump in. But because it's
yeah,
Friday and because it's
yeah,
OpEx and it goes up and down, I was
yeah,
like, yo, this bad boy could get to 6,800 because it's been wanting to go there.
yeah,
But
yeah.
then that's four contracts with the potential of being breached. And I
That's
was like,
that's real. That's real.
I
That
can't be that I
exactly.
can't be that exposed. Now again,
Yeah,
all of them came back well. I got out of the 60, 10, 15 with a break even. I just said it. I just said it and I said forget it. Because I was at the salon and I pretended to use the bathroom like three times. They were looking at me like, "You
not
okay?"
pretended.
You know, when you just go into the bathroom. I was like, I need space. I need time.
I got bladder issues.
Right. She can't touch my hair. I gotta see. I gotta see.
I
And so
got
I was
bladder
like, oh my
issues.
God. I was like, what we doing? What we doing? So, and then I just let it go. And I was like, look, at least break even is safe.
Yeah,
Break
true.
even is safe. So, and then that lends to the small account challenge because I have more 45s, 40s this month of November than ever before.
Hmm. Yeah.
But that's
Yes.
because I'm mitigating to get out.
Yes, and those are the things we need to be looking forward to is those consistent wins, those 30, 40s, and 50s that we can add and do consistent compounding, and we need to continue to do those compounds.
Mm-hmm.
We need to do those.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at the ES here.
Oh, good, good, good. Because you know that was my next thing.
Yep, our
And I
ES.
did, it's interesting you mentioned that Tradia was doing that for you. I literally um asked your boyfriend to, I gave him some numbers and asked him to run me some numbers. And I like that. So, that's something, people can do. And that of course you can't do that if you don't work on your journaling, but if you have your numbers, it'll tell you. And it was funny because in November, it was like, yeah, but your average is smaller. And I was like, huh? Because I'm getting more of those 40s because we're doing the
Uh-huh.
smaller count challenge. And I was like,
Mhm.
oh, okay, you picking up what I'm putting down. All right.
That's good. That is so good.
I am
I'm
playing
loving
with
that for you.
AI with that.
Yeah.
I'm playing with AI, well, chat, whatever.
Well, letting
And
chat help. This is true.
yeah, no, and it's good to get some of the analyzation because it'll come back and say, well, I can analyze this further for you, or I can help you with a strategy, and I'll be like, oh really?
Oh, you can?
It does. It says that,
Yeah.
yes.
No, I know I'm saying you're saying you can
Right.
help me. He's like, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, but yeah, but I guess I'll end on this. Yes, it went up to past 60 because my strike was 30, 35. I stayed in it,
And that worked out.
and then it came back down. Yep.
Because I'm really trying to follow
Yep.
some of my
I hear
risk
you.
management
I hear
guidelines because
you.
I've got to have
Yep.
those in place. I've got
Yep.
to be more stringent with those now.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, yeah.
Mhm.
So, me and TJ's talk was, okay, AP, you can, if you are in your account, your Robinhood or Thinkorswim, and you think something is going to keep going, then, or going to make it, then fine, you can do that there. But when you are in your trader account, your copy trading account, you have got to have strict rules and you've got to follow them because you're not just you. So there's that. there's that. So that's how I'm gonna trade for our copy. I'm gonna do that because I'm not gonna be trying to explain to 100 people, 100+ people.
Ooh, hello. Yeah, no, and I get that. That's why I ain't never gonna say nothing on the chat. I just let it go because I'll be like, yeah, I get it. I get it. I get it. And trades could go one of two ways, either up or down. So there's the other half that was the right way to go and got you out because it kept going in
Yes.
direction. So yes, for sure.
Yeah.
For
True,
sure.
true, true, true. Sometimes it's the right thing to do. Other times it's like it wasn't, but
Fake out. It was a fake
but
out. It was a fake
but
out.
but
It
if you
was a
have,
fake
but if we have, like Tanya's made a statement on Friday, you're never wrong. You're never gonna be wrong for following the risk management plan. You're never gonna go wrong with that because it's gonna save you more times than not.
for sure.
It'll save you more times than not. So looking at ES, the market has opened. I'm gonna go over here to SPX 500 so we can see exactly what its number is. SPX 500 at 66.30. It closed on Friday at 66.02 or something like that. So it's up about 30 points for so far. Of course, we got all night, and I don't have that open. What did I call? What did I alert for Friday? I alerted R1 DTE 65, 25, 65, 30. So we're about 100 points below where it currently is right now. We're about 100 points below that right now. Okay. Somebody's hand is raised. Go ahead.
Hey Coach, how you doing? It's TJ.
Hi, honey. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. Listen, I got some questions and I know you're gonna slap me upside the head, and that's okay.
Mm-mm.
I
Nope.
just finished church, so I missed this whole thing, y'all.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I got three questions.
Okay.
Number one, does Tradier have a sim account that you can practice
Mhm.
the buttons?
I don't think no, but I don't think they do, but I don't think you need to practice the buttons either. I'm okay, let me say it like this.
Mhm.
For copy trading, you don't need to do anything because I'll be trading and it's going to do all the work for you.
Okay, that makes
Okay.
sense. Okay.
Okay. Mhm. So you don't
Okay.
need to practice the buttons. So, but Julie says they do have a paper trading account. So Julie says
Oh,
yes.
oh, okay, perfect. That's perfect.
Okay.
And question number two, you're going to trade IWM and SPX for us, right? Just those two
Yes,
in Tradier, right?
just those two. But I'm going to
Yep.
start with SPX. I'm not sure when or how I'll do IWM, but I'm definitely starting with SPX.
Okay, yes, ma'am. And number three, you said we got to have at least 3,000 in capital minimum. So my question
Yes.
to you is this: what steps do we take here, right? Because I don't have that capital just yet, right? So do I
Mhm.
go ahead, step one, still go ahead and grab the peak box so you got
Yep.
that special, right?
Yep.
Step two, open your trader account until
Yeah.
you wait for your money. Then when
Yeah.
your money comes, okay, do we put it in the account and then say, hey, coach, I'm ready? Or like, what do I do there? Like, let's say when I'm ready, when I got all my ducks in a row, what do I
Okay. So
do?
this is what I wanted to say to y'all, and I didn't want to say this over the big YouTube because there was everybody in the world. Um, though Tradier is saying they want a minimum of $3,000, you can really put whatever you want to put in there, right? So if you want to just start with $500, you can, right? If you
Okay.
want to, you need at least $500 because of course it costs $500 to trade SPX. I'm going to trade with one contract is what I'm starting with. Now, Tradier wants that $3,000. They want 2,000, 3,000. They want something. And the reason is because they are doing margin accounts, which the margin money don't show up till later anyway. But put something in there, right? But when I'm not starting until December the 12th. So
Oh, okay.
open your account, open up, get your subscription with Peakbot, open your Tradier account. Some people already got Tradier accounts, which is fine. Put your money in there. You got time. This is not like starting next week. You got some time to move your money over, get your account started, yada, yada, yada. Put your money in there. Let us get running. Again, $500, $1,000, 1,500. Go ahead and put your money in there. And if you need to do it in stacks and then, things, again, I'm trading with one contract. At the most, I'm using two. I'm gonna run $1,000. If if you got $500 in there and I place 2 trades and you don't have enough money for the second trade, your account just won't run it because you don't have the money to run it. That's how that goes. If you got $500 and I do 1 trade, your account will do 1 trade. That's all there is to that. But you can open a Tradier account with $500. They don't have like, Thinkorswim won't let you open it with less than 2,000. Tradier will let you open it with 500. So open it with what you got. All right. And then when I start on the 12th, I'm looking at the wrong camera. When I started at the 12th, I was looking up there. You're like, why are you looking up there? There's a camera here, but it ain't running. Start it with what you got. I'm gonna start on the 12th, and whatever's there, whenever I start, whatever money's in your account, you connecting it to Peakbot and Trader are going to be connected. And when I start, if you got at least $500, you gonna start.
Okay. Thank you, Coach. I appreciate that.
Yep. That's the way it is. Okay. Yep. Lisa said, so Lisa said, good question. Pastor Will said, that's good news because 3K was a bit steep for me. I have a Trader account too, just need to fund it. Yeah. Sorry. I didn't want to put that
Understood.
on YouTube because that's
Any
for the big.
Black Friday specials, Peakbot wise?
That's it. That's the big. That's it.
That's the black special. I mean, that's the
That's
black.
the black special.
Right. That's the Black Friday special. So they're not gonna do the are they continuing the $5 weekly thing?
Yeah. And I think you can pay for, if you go there, you can pay that all in the
I could
yearly.
do it again, do the full
Mhm.
year.
Yep.
Okay.
I saw it the other day.
Okay. I didn't get okay.
Mhm.
I didn't
Yeah.
get a chance to look.
Yeah. I thought because when I was talking to them, I was saying to Tradier, I was like, I want us to be able to start with like 2015. I think I said 1,500. And then the next thing I got was the message from Peakbot was like $3,000 minimum. And I said, so I asked Dylan, I was like, okay, Dylan. I had to get Dylan a text. Okay, Dylan, so if my folks put in $2,000, what's gonna happen? And he said nothing. When you trade, they gonna trade pretty much. So but again, I wasn't putting that on YouTube because on there, you see on the website it says $3,000 minimum, but I'm telling my people put in what you putting in, and then when I start, you start. But just know, you're just upping your level of risk because if you only got 500 or 1,000, if heaven forbid something goes left, then if you got 1,000 and 1,000 gets lost, then all the money is lost. And you are then having not to be able to trade the next day. That's not the plan, obviously. And we're using PDT hack to make sure that that's not our situation, but I don't want that to be anybody's testimony. So let's get started. You don't have to have the 3,000, but Tradier they're offering the incentives. They're offering the free Pro Plus plan, which for them is a $30 incentive because the Pro Plus plan is $30 a month. And if, they're going to give you that for free. So they want that trade-off for them. Traders also paying me for people who come to them as a broker. So part of that comes to me. So if people only come with a little bit of money, they're like, well, how are we gonna pay you? And they didn't bring nothing. So I get it, but I'm not pressed about that piece of it. So I want my people to make sure they can start. But in the general body, because Peakbot is also advertising to their people, I don't know them. So if they tell their people to come with $3,000 and they come, those are strangers to me. Y'all aren't strangers to me. So I'm telling my people, come with what you got.
Thank you, Coach. And also, I don't know if we had a chance. You said you were going to give us a new indicator, unless you already went over that. Again, my apologies. I just finished church,
No
y'all.
problem.
So
The new indicator that I talked about it's here on go under indicators. I'm still sharing my screen. Yes, I am. It's
Mhm.
called 50. I think we talked about it a little bit on Friday. 50% Can you see my screen? I hope you can see that.
Yes.
50% Hopefully y'all got in on that Trading View good deal because Trading View had a special going for Black Friday. And I know we're coming up with put money here, put money here, put money here. This is where you take and this is where you pull out your credit card and you start right. These are where the business expenses get written off for trading because this is where we write stuff off because these are tools that you write off as a trader. Okay. But Trading View has this 50, I'm not sorry, Trading View has a special going for Black Friday. So I gave you that link on Friday, I think. If you didn't use it, go ahead and use it. They got a few really good special, really good deal going. Um, um, so 50% or is this new indicator. And what by Big Nate, the one by Big Nate Vibes, 50% ER. And this indicator, I'm glad you brought this up. This indicator has things like previous day high, previous day low, previous month, previous week. So it's offering us some places on the chart where price might turn back that we don't necessarily see when we're just doing our regular charting. So I'm opening it up so we'll know what to check. Okay, 50% ER. At the top here, I checked everything except this enable session ranges. I got this from the one-on-one I had with the girl from Twitter. She's not on Twitter, she's from Twitter. Enable 50% levels, previous high lows, opening range, pre-markets, custom 50% and open levels. I checked all of these at the top. I checked all of these. I did not check enable session ranges. I feel like this was supposed to be checked. Let me go look over on this side because I checked all this stuff over here. Let me go on this side. I checked all the stuff over here. Oh, no, it's not checked. Okay. And I probably need to adjust these colors because hers was a little bit different. I need to go watch the video she gave me so I can make sure I got all the things. But then check this first current 50% level. I didn't check that, but I checked previous 50% level. There's probably some text that should go there, but it's not. Previous day, 50%. Like there should be. How am I going to know where stuff is if I don't have no text in there? We need to put something in there. I may have to do it and send y'all the screenshots of what should be written because like something should be written there, huh? Previous 50% level text.
And what'd you call this again? 50 ER?
50, do 50, the percent sign ER. 50% ER. I need to fill these things in when the text will know. Maybe I just put PD. I'll put PD here. That way we'll have something there at least. Previous day, oh, that's previous week. Previous week, I'm going to put previous 50. I'll put something there so we'll have some text so we'll know what's supposed to go here. This first one, previous 50, we went with the previous 50% level. And then previous day, I put PD. Previous week, I put PW. And previous month, I'm going to put PM. And then previous quarter, I'm going to put PQ in the text area. And previous year, I'm putting PY. Okay. Previous day, high and low. Previous day high, I'm putting PDH and PDL for previous day low. Putting in the text so that way we'll know something is when it shows up, we got something written in there. And previous week high, PWH and PWL. Previous month high, PMH and PML. And previous quarter high, PQ high and PQL. Okay. And previous year, PYH and PYL. 50%. level time frame, 2 days. I feel like she had something here that said 4 hours. I'll put that in there. I think she had 4 hours. I gotta make sure I watch the video. Oh, maybe that's where the 4 hour was. I'm gonna leave that as 2 days then. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna leave that. All these things I'm just leaving. And then she's got these kill zones. I need to get the times for these kill zones. Kill zones is just to tell you what kill zones are. This is like the Asia time frame, the Asia trading window, the London trading window, and then our New York trading window, which this should be 9:30. What she said is that um the Asia window, the London window, the thought, this is the ICT thought, is that if Asia trades, high and low or whatever, and then London trades high and low, that the thought for the New York session, which is our session, is that our session will sweep either the Asia and or the London. So if our price goes up and Asia was higher than us, it will go up and sweep Asia. And then if London was lower, it'll go down and sweep London. So you're going to want to know where are the other two sessions, like where was their pricing, because that is almost like a vacuum to our pricing. Wherever Asia and London traded, that's going to pull our trading sessions. Those sessions pull our prices to their sessions. So it can help you to know where our price might be going. Like we know that the price might go towards gaps. For what she was saying is that when however Asia and London are trading, those sessions will pull our pricing to those sessions as well. So I need to have the time frames right so I'll know that too. Those are called kill zones. It's just more data, basically, something else to think about when we're trading each day. And I kept all those things, and I'm gonna say okay. And then when we put that on the chart, I know it was a lot for that indicator. Sorry, y'all. Did I turn? I hope the recording is going because I paused it. I don't know if I started it back up. That'd be really bad if I did not start the recording back. I paused it. I don't know if I started it back up. Oy, that would be horrible. Would be horrible.
I got recording on my end, coach. It's showing that you're
Okay, good.
recording.
Okay, good. Thank you, child.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so if you look over here to the right, you can see all those things I had, those previous week high, previous quarter high, previous day. You got things here that let you know that some of these is where price, like this says previous day high right here, and price went right up there and turned around. If you're looking right here in this chart, this right here says previous day high, PDH. I'm going to circle it so you can see what I'm talking about. This right here says PDH, and price went on Friday right up to that. Well, that was a previous day high. Sorry, price went right in here. Previous week was in here, and then the price on Friday. Is that there? S&P 500. It went in there and turned back. Okay, so some of these places could be places where they'll act as maybe support and resistance. It's just one more thing to have on the chart. Okay, previous week low, previous day low. That way, when you go the next week, you can see where these things are. And as action is moving, you can say, okay, price is coming down to a previous day low or a previous week low. And price could potentially reject in that area. Almost like when we did those six lines we used to put on our chart, where we had yesterday or today's high, yesterday's low, whatever, and we were using that to say that could be a place where today's price action might reject. Same thing is happening with this. But now the indicator is putting those things on. We're not having to go mark our 6 lines for ourselves. That was the 50%er indicator. Just can maybe give us one more piece of assistance, because SPX, we need all the help we can get for that mug. Because sometimes price just rejects off stuff and you're like, well, what are you turning back for? What are you doing? And you don't even have a clue. We don't even have a clue. What are you doing? Do we have any other questions?
Thank you for that, Coach. I appreciate you.
You're very welcome, babe. Thanks for asking again because we talked about it a little bit on Friday, but I didn't go through all those. I didn't go through all the check boxes and stuff. I was gonna try to do some live trading tomorrow, but I've got stuff I gotta run do. We're going out of town tomorrow and I gotta try to get my nails done and take my car to go get the oil changed and tires rotated. So I'll be trading and stuff, but I won't be in front of my computer, but I'll still be doing all of our stuff in the chat. I am doing our YouTube in the morning. I am still gonna do that. And yep, there's that. Y'all got any more questions? All right, we're gonna make it do what it do. My November is looking very shabby. Okay, just so you know, my November is looking quite shabby. And I already know that I've come to this understanding, and I've said this kind of before. Every time I get ready to do something that is monumental in the financial space, my trading goes through this right here. It does that. The enemy tries really hard to make me turn back, to make me to shake my confidence and to cause the imposter monster wants to get in my head and say, who are you to be trying to do this? And what do you think you're doing? He has to, I have to go through all, just so y'all know, this is a mental battle as much as it is a spiritual one, as much as it is a physical one. And the person who's in the front takes all the bullets, okay? All the arrows come to the person who's standing in the front. And for all intents and purposes, I'm the one standing in the front. Okay, so I have to, all the darts. All the darts, all the darts. I hope y'all pray for me all the time, as much as I pray for myself, because I have to pray for myself. But I sure hope y'all keep me lifted in prayer because you just don't know the amount of spiritual warfare that it takes to do this. The enemy is not pleased that we are trying to take financial territory. He is not pleased that we are trying to help people get free. And free may not necessarily be free enough to leave your job. It might be free enough to keep your lights paid. It might be free enough to pay your car note. It might be free enough to keep your child in college. It might be free enough to keep your mama at the retirement center. It might be free enough to, keep shoes. It might be free enough to keep your tithes paid, to help you support your church. It might be free, that kind of free. All freedom don't mean leave your job free. Right? Some freedom is just free enough to go in the store and pick up the kind of cereal I want versus the cheap cereal. Okay, that's free too. Free might be I get to go out to eat once a week. That could be that kind of free. Okay, free ain't always freedom that's I'm leaving my job. It don't always mean that. It could mean that. Okay, free means I'm going on one vacation a year. That could be that kind of freedom. But whatever financial freedom it happens to be for you, the enemy don't like that we trying to get it for ourselves and we trying to get it for others. He ain't happy about that. And he definitely fights me as the leader. And I know he fights y'all, because if he fights me, I know he fights y'all. I know he does. And every time we get ready to step into a new space and take some new territory, the enemy come on strong. He comes on strong, strong, and from all the areas. From all the areas. I can't even tell y'all about all the areas. And it don't just be that financial space. He'll come in all the areas. But we're strong. Greater is he that's in us than he that's in the world. I'm an overcomer. You're an overcomer. We are overcomers. We win. I win, period. I'm prepared for this. There's all of the HE double hockey sticks that I've been through means I'm ready for this battle. To hit me with your best shot. Like I don't know if I put the scripture in our Telegram. I think I might have. But because God is with me and his spirit is within me, I will not fail. I will not be put to shame. God says, I go forth in the name that is above every name. I do this in the power of the Holy Spirit. This is not Arlissa. I would have quit years ago if it was up to me. I tried to quit. Believe me when I tell you, I tried to quit years ago. The Lord like, nope, I do not think so. We got stuff to do, and you're who I picked. So get it together. We're doing it. And I'm like, but no, I don't wanna. He's like, oh yeah, you do. You're the chosen person for this. Okay, you can't quit. We're doing this. All right. So here we go. Oh, here we go. So here we go. So again, I started off by saying my November has not been Novembering. Or maybe it has been Novembering. Okay. But we still gonna make it do what it do. If nothing else, it has forced me to go back into our little mode. It's good for me that I was afflicted because if it didn't do nothing else, it has forced me yet again to tighten up my risk management, not just for me, but for everybody who follows. I have to have a tight risk management plan for me and for y'all. So we've gotten more and more discussion about when do we close these trades? Are we satisfied? Are we going to be content with our 40 or a steady 45, steady $50, steady? We content with that because if we can compound that $40, $50 a day, that's good compounding money. Of course, we would like to have more than that, but 40 and $50 a day is good compound money. That's good compound money. But now, see, we getting ready to pull people into this space who didn't do trading because they didn't know where to start, they didn't know how to start. But I know people who will start to copy trade who weren't in the space, but once their money is being copy traded, they will start to learn the space because they're like, well, I can't just be letting my money be copy traded. I don't know nothing about what she's doing. They'll start to learn. That's what this is all about. I'm an educator. So if your money being on deck at 25 or $50 a day gets you to start looking at learning, then let's go for it. Let's go for it. That's what we're doing. We each one teach one. We dragging everybody kicking and screaming sometimes. Let's go. Let's go. So we just keep going forward. We're taking everybody who willing to go. Some people will wait till after we good and gone, and they'll be later on. Some people, like what they say, some people will be on with what's going on. Other people be looking around. Some people be looking like, what happened? Some people be like going with what happened, and some people will be after that's all over, they'll be wondering what happened. Some folks will come on later on, but like they don't did it, and they talking bad about it. I don't worry about all that, to be honest. But some folks, after it's all over, will be like, I should have got on when. Yep, you should have. Other folks after is going to be late to the party, procrastinating, and going to miss the boat the first time. Other folks ain't even going to know there was a boat. I didn't know y'all was even doing this. Where you been? What rock you been under? Some folks been waiting on me to do something like this, and they couldn't wait to put their money on the wood. I mean, count me in, sis. So, yeah. Y'all just keep praying, keep praying, and share the word, okay? Keep praying and share the word because word of mouth is what helps this thing to grow. And you can tell your friends if you're talking to people one on one, tell them, connect, get hooked up with Peakbot, get connected. Tell them they don't necessarily have to put $3,000 in, but they do need to start with something. They're gonna need to start with at least 500. 1,000 would be better, but they need to start with something. But tell your people to come on. And we can help grow it, but they gotta start. That's just the way it is. And the risk is no matter you can't do nothing without some risk. But tell your people to come on. All right. We got till December the 1st to get started. And just know Peakbot surprised already. When I told them I had 100 people on a wait list, they were like, what? Don't play with us. Don't play with us. Don't play with us. We go do this, right? We gonna do this. We gonna do this. All righty. So y'all with me. We all good. Okay. All right, everybody. I will see you all in the morning. Once this is ready, I will make sure to put the video in our chat, and I will see you all in the morning and on YouTube. All right. If y'all got any more questions about copy trading or whatever else, please be sure to ask. We cool. It's all good. Okay. All right, y'all. We will see you in the morning. You are very welcome. Everyone have a really good night, and I'll see y'all in the morning. Goodbye,
Bye.
everybody.
Good night,
Bye-bye.
everyone. Thank you, Coach.
All right, you're welcome. Bye, everybody.
Thank